There comes a day in a man's life when something inside him gives out. Not because he is weak, but because he has been carrying too much for too long without ever setting it down. He kept showing up with pain in his chest, pressure in his mind, disappointment in his hands, and still found a way to keep moving. From the outside, nobody sees the weight. They only see the silence. They only see the moments where he looks distant, tired, harder than he used to be. What they do not understand is that some days do not just test a man. Some days break him open. That is the part most men try to hide. They hide the day they realized effort does not always get rewarded. They hide the day loyalty came back as betrayal. They hide the day they looked around and understood that the people they would have bled for would not even inconvenience themselves for them. They hide the nights where the future felt heavy, the mornings where getting out of bed felt like dragging a dead version of themselves into another fight, and the moments where doubt got so loud it almost sounded like truth. But those are the days that matter. Not the easy days, not the days where everything worked, not the days where confidence came natural and the world moved out of your way. The days that make a man are the ones that force him to meet himself without the mask. The days where comfort is gone, the days where excuses sound hollow, the days where he has to choose whether this pain will bury him or build him. That choice is where everything changes. Because the day that breaks a man can also be the day he stops lying to himself. It can be the day he finally sees what he has tolerated, what he has allowed, what he has become, and what has to die if he is ever going to become something stronger. That breaking point is not always destruction. Sometimes it is separation. Sometimes it is the old version of you losing its grip. Sometimes it is your pride cracking, so your discipline can finally take control. A lot of men think becoming stronger looks loud. They think it looks like revenge, rage, or some perfect speech about rising up. Most of the time, it looks nothing like that. It looks quiet. It looks like getting up while your spirit still feels bruised. It looks like doing the work when your emotions are against you. It looks like controlling your mouth, your habits, your impulses, and your direction when chaos is trying to pull you back into the same old cycle. That is where men are made, not in the talking, not in the dreaming, not in waiting for clarity to show up and hand them permission. Men are made in pressure. Men are made when life stops being kind and they decide they will still be solid. Men are made when heartbreak does not turn them bitter, when failure does not turn them soft, and when humiliation does not make them quit. That is where the steel gets tested. That is where the weak spots get exposed. That is where a man either folds into excuses or forges something real. So if today feels heavy, if life has been hitting places in you that still have not healed, understand something clearly. This may be the day that breaks your old mindset. This may be the day that strips you of illusions. This may be the day that forces you to stop waiting for easier conditions and start becoming harder to kill. Not physically, but mentally, spiritually, in your discipline, in your standards, in your refusal to stay small. Do not worship the pain, but do not waste it either. Use it to sharpen your judgment. Use it to clean your circle. Use it to rebuild your habits. Use it to become a man whose character does not depend on applause, comfort, or validation. Because the truth is, the days that nearly ruin a man are often the same days that introduce him to his real strength. One day you will look back at this season and realize it was not the end of you. It was the fire that burned off everything fake. It was the pressure that taught you who you are when life stops playing nice. It was the day you stopped asking why this was happening to you and started asking what this pain was trying to make out of you. And that answer will change your life. Because the day that breaks a man is often the same day that begins to make him.